any kind of engagement with like community affairs, clubs and activities that were really solid and that had like a purpose and had continuity, and of course publications. So having any kind of media, a radio, a newspaper, things like that. I didn't think that would exist here, and it did, and that brought so much meaning to what CU Denver is. It makes it this established school that actually has a community that can be documented.
Even just as a student at CU Denver, so many students come to campus and then leave, and they miss the biggest part of the Denver experience, which is we are downtown. Enjoy yourself while you're downtown. There are so many cool things going on. And so then I think that the paper does a really great job of reaching out, finding those little gems in this huge pile that is Denver, and showcasing that for students.
It's really hard to see that when you go to a school that, people don't live on campus and there's not a lot of things going on until you really look hard enough. And as a journalist at the student newspaper, or as a reader of the student newspaper, you get a kind of window into what's actually going on.
And it's really cool to see how people are interpreting things, and then what kind of people we're bringing in to talk about it. So I've always enjoyed reading the stories, and then also learning about the culture and sort of outreaching to the Denver community at large. I think is really important for me, just because I don't get a lot of that exposure. I'm on a downtown campus, but I don't hear a lot about Denver.
It's like about civic engagement too, like knowing what's going on in the area that you live in, and being able to sort of inform yourself, especially with a whole bunch of kind of like controversial issues, that you can just feel like you're an active and engaged citizen. And I think without like a college newspaper, what we're sort of left with is whatever the administration gives us, and that's nothing against them. It's just an opportunity for the students to speak about what's important to them.
But I believe in the press, I believe in free speech, I believe in the students' opportunity to participate in both of those things very actively.
The communication is important for the student body. Having an outlet like that for students to write about, but also to contribute to and to be communicated to as to what's happening on their campus is very vital to a student body.
Students need to have their voices heard, and if the college didn't have a student newspaper, then there's really no other way to have the students voice their opinions publicly with other students other than social media. And that's very inhibiting, because I think students need to communicate with each other. I think a lot of the times there's a misconception where you only learn from teachers and from much older staff, but really you need to learn a lot from your peers too in the learning environment.
And it's incredibly vital, because it is that part of our culture, American culture especially, but world culture as well, that doesn't go away. We are all informed by media, we are all informed by the press, and that is an incredibly important part of our lives, whether we choose to participate in it or not.
My name is Maddie Bates, and I'm editor-in-chief of the CU Denver Sentry. The college newspaper is an essential part of any college experience, and we appreciate your continued support of the CU Denver Sentry. Remember, this April, get out and vote.